Good morning, friends! Many of you are starting school or have siblings who have gone back to school, or maybe you are doing something different like going to daycare. Today, I'm going to be reading you a story about a little raccoon who was very nervous for his first day of school, and it's called The Kissing Hand. The Kissing Hand by Audrey Penn. Chester Raccoon stood at the edge of the forest and cried. "I don't want to go to school," he told his mother. "I want to stay home with you. I want to play with my friends and play with my toys and read my books and swing on my swing. Please, may I stay home with you?" Mrs. Raccoon took Chester by the hand and nuzzled him on the ear. "Sometimes we all have to do things we don't want to do," she told him gently. "Even if they seem strange and scary at first, but you will love school once you start." Poor little raccoon. He really doesn't want to go to school. But his mommy is right. Sometimes we have to do things we don't want to do, like go to school or go to work or do a hard job. But we still have to do those things. At school, you'll make new friends and play with new toys. You'll read new books and swing on new swings. Besides, she added, I know a wonderful secret that will make your nights at school seem as warm and cozy as your days at home. Chester wiped away his tears and looked interested. A secret? What kind of secret? A very old secret, said Mrs. Raccoon. I learned it from my mother, and she learned it from hers. Oh, I'm very excited to learn about this secret called the kissing hand. And did you notice that since little raccoon is an animal who likes to stay awake at night, his school time is also at night? And we can see in the pictures, the sun is starting to set, so it must be getting close to his school day. The kissing hand? Asked Chester. What is that? I'll show you. Mrs. Raccoon took Chester's left hand and spread open his tiny fingers into a fan. Leaning forward, she kissed Chester right on the middle of his palm. Chester felt his mother's kiss rush from his hand, up his arm, and into his heart. Even his silky black mask tingled with a special warmth. Mrs. Raccoon smiled. Now, she told Chester, whenever you feel lonely and need a little loving from home, just press your hand to your cheek and think, Mommy loves you. Mommy loves you. And that very kiss will jump to your face and fill you with toasty, warm thoughts. What a great idea! Now Chester has a special kissing hand that he can take with him to school, and Mommy's kisses will be with him the whole day. She took Chester's hand and carefully wrapped his fingers around the kiss. Now, do be careful not to lose it, she teased him. But don't worry, when you open your hand and wash your food, I promise the kiss will stick. Chester loved his kissing hand. Now he knew his mother's love would go with him wherever he went, even to school. That night, Chester stood in front of his school and looked thoughtful. Suddenly, he turned to his mother and grinned. "Give me your hand," he told her. Look at Chester's school. It's nighttime, which means his school day is starting, and his school is in this giant old tree. I love that! "Give me your hand," Chester told her. Chester took his mother's hand in his own and unfolded her large, familiar fingers into a fan. Next, he leaned forward and kissed the center of her hand. "Now you have a kissing hand too," he told her. And with a gentle "Goodbye" and "I love you," Chester turned and danced away. Mrs. Raccoon watched Chester skipper across a tree limb and enter school. And as the hoot owl rang in the new school year, she pressed her left hand to her cheek and smiled. The warmth of Chester's kiss filled her heart with special words. "Chester loves you," it sang. "Chester loves you." And look at all of Chester's amazing classmates and how wonderful his classroom looks. I bet he is going to have a great time at school. The end. Today we are going to be making our own kissing hand craft. Let me show you what we're going to be doing. This week for story time, you are going to need your week 2 craft bundle. You'll also need a glue stick, some scissors, and some crayons. Inside your craft bundle, you will find that you have a red square of construction paper, a printout of a school workbook, and then you'll have a big piece of construction paper. Yours might be purple or it might be another color than mine. You also have 2 coloring sheets with Chester on them, and they look like a lot of fun. To get started with our craft, we are going to decorate our school workbook. I decided to color mine green and add a heart on the front, but you can decorate it however you like. Just don't forget to write your name on the front of your book. We always want to practice writing our names when we're doing crafts. The next step is to take our big piece of construction paper and you are going to trace your parent's hand. That's right, you need your parent helper to put their hand on the paper while you trace it. Once their hand is all traced, it's time to cut it out. Once it is cut out, you'll see that it fits perfectly on one side of your workbook that you decorated. Now with the other half of your paper, we are going to trace your hand and then cut it out. Look at that little hand. And that hand will fit perfectly on the other side of your workbook. Now that both hands are cut out, we can glue them down inside of our book. And we're not quite finished yet, because once we get our hands glued down, we need to add our kisses. We are going to make our kisses using our red square of construction paper. We will fold it in half, and then once it's folded in half, we will draw this little shape that looks sort of like an ear. But really, it's half of a heart. Make sure you draw it right on the folded edge of your paper. Now cut around that traced shape. And once you're finished cutting, you unfold it and it turns into a heart. Perfect. Do that one more time so that you have 2 hearts. And then you will take those hearts and glue them right in the middle of your kissing hands. This is a great craft to stick into your backpack on your first day of school or when you go to the babysitter or to preschool, because then you can have your very own kissing hand with you for the whole day. And there's even space on the back for a nice little note from a parent or a picture both of you can draw together. Thank you so much for listening to Storytime with me today, friends. I love seeing all of the pictures that you send me, and here are a bunch of pictures. These friends saved up all of their craft pictures for the whole summer and sent them to me all at once. I can't wait to see what you create this week, and I'll see you next Friday for another story time. Goodbye!